Hey guys, and welcome back to another makeup video tutorial by me. Today I will be creating a very natural but beautiful glam everyday look using the Jaclyn and Morphe palette. This is something that just kind of inspired me. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I can just be having a really yucky kind of feeling blah kind of day, and if I do something as simple as throw on a little bit of makeup, maybe put on some beautiful statement earrings and a really cute outfit, it takes my mood from completely drab and blah to just, alright, I got this, I can take on today. Speaking of statement earrings or beautiful jewelry in general, a friend of mine, Jennifer Tuggle, who always has, ever since I've known her, has always had the cutest like style, fashion wise and jewelry wise, reached out to me, and she and I are on the same page as far as bringing awareness to local vendors that are passionate about what they are doing. And she is passionate about this jewelry line that she is selling called Plunder. That's where these earrings are from. They are from their summer season collection. They're called the Marcy earring, and they retail for $18. Plunder has available online earrings, necklaces, bracelets, rings, keychains, anything and everything that you can think of, they have it, and it is at an affordable price. They have beautiful statement earrings like these hot pink fuchsia ones, to just your very everyday simple stud earring, if maybe a statement earring is not kind of your vibe. But they also do really cool creations with their necklaces, keychains, and bracelet line, where you can personalize things, and everything is super affordable. So if you are in the need of, or just want, because we don't always need jewelry, sometimes we just want a pretty piece of jewelry to put on, I highly encourage you to check out her Instagram and her Facebook page. I will tag her username in the description, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial that I have for you today. Have a great day. Bye. So I've already primed my lids using a concealer, and I'm going to go into this shade called Beam, and using a big fluffy brush, I'm going to just set the concealer. Next, using the same fluffy brush, I'm going to go into this third shade called Silk Cream, and take the shade into our transition, and this is going to be your high transition shade. Next, using my Morphe M573 brush, I'm going to go into the shade Hooter right here, and this is going to go on I'm going to put this on my outer corner and drag this up into my transition, but not quite as high as we drug the Silk Cream shade. Just to make sure all of our shades, these two shades blend in very nicely together, I'm going back with my first brush that I used in our transition shade, and I'm just going over these two shades to blend them really well together. Next step, I'm going to go into this shade right here called Roxanne, and with a fluffy brush but a little bit smaller, I'm going to go put this same area that we did the last one on the outer corner, but I'm not going to drag this up. This is literally going to go like right at the base of the crease. And all of my shadows that I apply, I use windshield wiper motions and like little circle motions. I'm going to go in with a clean blending brush and just really blend all of these shades so that they are just really seamless. The eyeshadow brush that I used before for like the very base of the crease and outer corner is a Sonia Kashuk. It's called a blending crease brush, and I absolutely love this brush. It is so good about just like really getting in to that lower crease and not like fanning out. So I highly, if you're looking for a good blending brush for your crease area especially, I highly suggest that brush. For the very outer corner, I'm going in with my Luxie 121 mini tapered brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Chip and just take this along and just like barely up into that outer corner, and you can kind of drag this out too to kind of give it a like more cat, not really a cat eye, but it just kind of elongates the eye. Go back in with that clean blending brush and really just blend that very outer corner out, just to again make sure that all of your shadows just really blend together seamlessly. On my lid, I'm going to spray a flat, kind of tapered, curved. This is an Anastasia brush. It just comes in their palette, and I'm going to spray it with my setting spray. The purpose of getting your brush wet is because it actually will make shimmers kind of more foiled and popped. And I'm going to go into this shade right here called SBN. This is going to be my main lid shade, and I'm just going to tap that onto the lid. Add a little bit more warmth back into the shade and make sure all the shades blend together. I'm going to go use my Morphe M573 brush, going back into the Pooter shade. So this shade right here, I'm going back into that and just going to tap it in a little bit and drag that shade over here and over here. So I really feel like this eye look really needs a little more like pop of definition, some brightness to add to it. So taking my finger, I'm going to dip it into this shade called Obsessed. I'm going to use my middle finger just because, and I'm going to just tap that like right in the center of the lid. Don't drag it up too high. You literally are just like, when the light catches this, it just gives like the most pretty effect when you have that like just pop of kind of brightness in the center of the lid. See how much of a difference that makes? Just adding that little bit, like, oh, okay, there's like extra dimension to it. Water wipe, just because these are more gentle on my eyes than a makeup wipe. I'm going to clean that line up so that I can proceed and go ahead with my facial makeup and then my lower lash line. And then kind of just pat the lines out to the side. So to prime my face, I'm going to use the Revlon Prime Plus Brightening and Skin Tone Evening Primer. I've talked about this primer several times before. It has a really pretty glow to it, golden sheen to it. For my foundation, I'm going to use one of my favorite foundations, and it's the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation. I am in the shade Ivory Beige. This might be a little too light for me because I've been out in the sun a lot since the summer started. So I do frequently apply sunscreen, but my face still gets darker. And then using my Real Techniques buffing it. This is their Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I'm just going to go in and tap that into the skin. For a little bit of extra coverage and to smooth everything out, I like to go in with a beauty blender into the excess leftover foundation that I have and just pat that all over the skin. This kind of helps get rid of any kind of brush stroke lines that might have been left over from stippling the foundation onto your face. For my under eye concealing, I'm going to go into my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow in the shade 1, Classic Ivory. And I'm just going to kind of do some dots, lines, I guess, along here. And then, to brighten it up even more, I'm going to go into my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. And there, it's called the shade Brightener. And kind of drag that, mix that in with that, and drag that down. And then I'm also, with the shade for contouring, going to go down my nose, here, going in with my small beauty blender. I'm going to blend this out. Around my nose and the spots that I feel need extra concealing, I'm using that same Infallible Pro Glow but in the shade 2, and I'm going to dot this along my nose, and then I have a couple spots on my face that sometimes need a little extra coverage. Using that same mini beauty blender, just tap that in and along the sides of the nose, and I flip it over to the square side, well, circular side, and tap that stuff in, making sure it's all really well blended. To set my under eye, I'm going into my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder and using a Real Techniques. This is their setting brush. I'm just going to tap into that and tap along here. I'm going to set my entire face using that same powder, but using a big fluffy brush, dipping it in, tapping off, and then I tap my powder into place first because you're putting it on top of wet foundation. I don't want to make any of it like smudge or move. After I pat my foundation into place, I'm going to kind of swirl it all around just to make sure there's really a good coating of powder. Hi, honey.
Okay, I move.
Yeah. To bronze and contour my face, I'm going into my favorite Butter Bronzer in the shade Deep Bronzer, and with my Real Techniques 400 brush. I love this brush for bronze. And just go along cheekbones, forehead, jawline, and down the nose. Lexi 514 blush brush. I'm going into my Milani blush in the shade Luminoso. See how pretty that is. Like a peachy with a golden sheen. And I'm just going to take that and do that on the apples of the cheeks and kind of drag it up. For my inner corner highlight, I'm going to use my Morphe M431 brush, and I'm going to go into the shade that I actually set my lids with, into Beam, and do that along on the inside corner. And I'm also going to use that shade as a highlight, so I'm going to go into this highlight brush and then drag that along the tops of the cheekbones, down my nose, and on my cupid's bow. I like to do a little bit right here too. Now for the lower lash line. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my waterline with my L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Eye Pencil in the shade Black. And I'm going to do this along my waterline and then tightline as well. After I line my waterline, I'm going to go into the black shade in the palette called Abyss, and using a square eyeliner brush, I'm going to just take that shadow and kind of tap it along my waterline to set that liner. Okay, so on the bottom we're going to create the same kind of effect that we did on the top. So I'm taking my Morphe M431 brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Pooter, just like we did on top, and go right underneath that black liner, bringing it all the way to the inside, inner corner. Using a mini round brush, I'm going to go into the shade Chip, and we're going to do basically the same thing and just kind of like, but keep this one closer to the lower lash line. Really just kind of smoking this out. For the very last part of the lower lash line, I'm going to go back into my square liner brush and go back into the black shade Abyss. And what I'm going to do basically is kind of just at the very, very top of the lash line, kind of just wiggle this back and forth, like drag it back and forth, just to really kind of create a seamless, like smoked out liner look. Just because I don't want the black liner to be so like, oh, it's just on my waterline. I really want it to like blend in with the rest of the shadow colors on the lower lash line. Okay, now for the very last step of the eye look is my lashes. Off camera, I have curled and primed my lashes with my Senegence Maximizing Lash Primer, and this mascara is one that I briefly mentioned that I said that I found on Amazon that I was very excited to talk to y'all about. So it is the Mia Adora 3D Fiber Mascara. It comes in this pink and black, ooh, it's gonna fall out, mascara box. Very easily seen. 2 tubes. This is step 1 and 3, and these are your fibers, which is step 2, and it also comes with a lash separator in it. This stuff I love. It's $14.99 on Amazon, and it reminds me of the original fiber mascara by Unique. know, like the original formula that I was like absolutely in love with. So this is your gel basically, and it says to apply very basically heavily, to do like 15 strokes just to make sure it's like very good and coated. So I usually double dip mine just to make sure that gel gets on there really good. And I've talked before about how I do my mascara, and I like blink and kind of wiggle the mascara. That really helps get everything very well coated and like separates and voluminizes your lashes. Okay, then it says to wait about 20 seconds after you get the gel on, and that's just the gel. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then you're going to go in with the fibers and coat those on there. Hi, bud.
Oi.
You apply the fiber, you're going to go back into the gel, the magnifying gel, and coat everything again. Go over those fibers so that they stay in place. This gives like the prettiest, like they almost look like I have false eyelashes on them. Ooh, I don't know if y'all can see that. Like how pretty that is, and thick they look. Okay, very last step of the actual makeup process is the lips. I'm going to line my lips using my Rachel Zoe and Lorac liner in Ginger Blonde. And I overline line just like the slightest, and then I also color in the very inside. I have a scar on this portion of my lip, so if I don't do that, my lip pencil looks off. And then for the lip color, I'm going to use the Lorac and Rachel Zoe lip color, lip gloss in Ginger Blonde. It's this kind of color. It's a very wet looking, like shiny gloss. And then after looking at everything, making sure everything looks good to me, I'm going to go in with my setting spray, Pixie Rose Glow Mist, and set the face. And I don't go sparse on my setting spray. And then with my setting sponge, my blending sponge, I just tap everything into place just in case there's any extra like water droplets. Again, can we talk about, look at the lashes, guys. That's one coat of the fibers and the gel fiber.